Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's divinely guided rune reading for the week of the 10th going into the 16th, we have, the day of the recording of this video, right, we have Mercury going direct. Thank the Lord, right? And we also have a couple really big shifts happening energetically throughout this week for us. We have Mercury kicking off the week for us, right? And then we have Venus stationing direct also on the 12th. And also on the same day, on the 12th, we have a powerful full moon. So check out the description below for more beautiful information. If you're not checking out the description boxes in your videos, you're missing out on a lot of information. So without further ado, let's jump into your weekly rune reading. Greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your rune reading for this week. I've cleared the energetic space here and meditated, shuffled the runes here already, and then at the very end of your reading, we'll get a oracle card from messages from the fairies, and then a handmade oracle card for one more additional loving gesture here for you to close it off. So stay tuned to the end for that, Gemini. Let's get into your first rune for your energetic past. You've been really in the communication aspects here in the past. This is that antenna rune. This is more about the dialogue, how we connect, prophetic dream work. This could be like aha moments, really deep meditations, but this is that divine connection. This rune is called Anzus. And Anzus is all about those divine downloads and communication, that divine connection as well. So our divine connection with everyone else. How are we communicating with ourselves and with each other in our communities, right? And how have you been communicating? So with this retrograde, Gemini, you usually do pretty awesome with any retrograde, except for maybe some water or earth ones, depending on what's in your chart. But you are ruled by the planet Mercury. So when communication, that chance for review, comes into play with the retrograde, you're kind of almost thankful for that chance of review and communication. But now things are starting to pick up and go a little bit more to your speed here. As Venus also begins to station direct, and we get that full moon illuminating all of our needs, constraints, and limitations here. So this rune is called Now These. I like to also call it Now This, because you're going down the path, and now this log is blocking your path. Before you can continue going further up the path, you need to address that situation, right? It's a need. It's a constraint. It's a limitation to continue on. So this divine communication that you've been receiving, participating in, has been illuminating aspects of what your needs, constraints, and limitations are. You've been really tapping into your sense of community, how you connect, really, not really straight up asking people for the advice, but just kind of getting glimpses, like asking without asking, just in like a conversation where somebody might give you a glimpse of some advice that you might want to try out for yourself and adapt to your own needs, constraints, and limitations. And why, Gemini? Because you're adaptable like that. You're silly like that, and it's because you can. You effing can, right? And it's just literally how you operate. So let's get into your very near future. Here is Isa. That's like stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons. Like that log fell into the path and is blocking the whole path almost. So maybe feeling like blocked, like we're just kind of repeating a lot of things. Now, Gemini, after a retrograde, it always does feel like a little bit of repetition for us, because it's like, dang it, we just talked about this stuff with everybody else, and now they're like, oh, they're so relieved, all this retrograde stuff is starting to come over with, and you might be as well, but you just adapt to it. You handle it so much quicker and faster, and you just need to slow down, be in your stuck, frozen, rigid to your own path and your own life lessons, your own journey, and addressing your own needs, while the rest of the collective, while they kind of catch up. Because you can end up getting a little bit frustrated when you start repeating some of the discussions that were had during retrogrades, but that's okay. These are things like when you need to repeat something for somebody, that's not always a bad thing. It doesn't always mean that they were paying attention. That could just mean that they want that additional clarity as well, so they are sure they understand you. So that's a beautiful way to look at it too, Gemini. So let's get into your current influences. Yeah, momentum. This is Uruz, that ox rune. This is that slow and steady at first, but as you get that slow methodical movement going in almost a downhill trajectory, kind of feel like you're gaining up speed a little bit. A lot like this Isa, right? You're addressing your needs, just kind of like keeping to yourself right now. This is really more calling you to galvanize, to stick to your path, because a lot of it is going to feel like review along with a collective. So you might as well just tidy up your inner self too. Address your own needs for now, and it'll feel slow at first, but as this unfolds, as Venus goes direct after this full moon, it'll feel a lot more free here for you. This is also getting into your natural vitality work, a lot of grounding. I went grounding. I'm a Gemini Sun and a Gemini Venus myself. I went grounding here this last week a few times. So I live in northern Wisconsin. One of the very few times this year, actually, that we've had opportunities to get into grounding, and it's been beautiful. So definitely could be just a literal call to put your bare feet out in the grass. So that's a beautiful feeling. You don't feel the effects immediately, but throughout your rest of your evening and into your next day, you certainly will. Beautiful stuff. So what is the current advice for you, Gemini? Go all in. Pertho is the gambler's cup. Pertho says this is an initiation process for you. This is like a birth or a board game or something where we know how it starts, right? We know how a birth starts, wink, wink. We know how a board game starts, or we know how these initiation processes start, but we never know how they end. So that's kind of like this. You're in this initiation process. You're going through twists, turns, changes, and coming out initiated, having learned, having gained that knowledge, having gone through a metamorphosis of sorts, and gaining an enhanced awareness and perspective. So this is like the universe, like holding its hands up here, saying, "Look, I got you. Take that leap. We can do this together. You have the momentum. Take that leap." It's like you're starting like from a dead stop before a cliff. You're gaining some momentum and you're taking that leap going through the cliff. A lot of people are like, no, 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 don't do it, or like, you're crazy, or you're so weird, Gemini, just doing your Gemini things, and you're like, I'm addressing my needs, I don't care, I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing my thing, right? And I'm kind of like from a dead standstill, like getting that running start and making that energetic leap into your next version of yourself, which is a lot how these, like, when these planets go direct, that's kind of how it feels like this energy goes. Like, it starts off super slow, and then it's like, oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, and success, right? So what we get at the very end, Gemini, yeah, you get that swift, thorough action at the very end, yeah. You take that leap and you're going all in, meeting your needs, constraints, and limitations without any real effort at all. Right now, it's just a little slow. We got to be a little patient as the rest of the world catches up. I know you, like Gemini, you have two minds. Everyone else has one, right? So be patient with everyone. Uh, so Theoresis is like that Thor's hammer. It can build, destroy, protect. The choice is always up to you. Right, so that's that lightning quick action like Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, where it can always hit its mark. That's that very swift action in addressing your needs, in addressing your constraints, and any limitations that you have. Gemini, you are just like gaining this momentum for conquering any tasks that you have in your future. What a beautiful rune reading here for you. Let's get a message of clarity from the Fairies Oracle deck. Messages from the Fairies. The Fairies are divinely guided creatures who love to assist us as well. Thank you, Fairies, for this message. Thank you, thank you. It says, get some exercise. Yeah, while you are pacing the rug being impatient, Gemini, you can get outside and get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in not just your physical way, right, but in all ways. So get out there and get some exercise. Again, this card says, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. The fairies know the importance of physical activity. They play, dance, and run around daily to keep themselves in good physical shape. Moreover, they know that exercise is the secret to lasting energy, health, and happiness. It's a wonderful stress reducer that can improve every area of your life, including your career, finances, and relationships. You drew this card because your body is crying out for cardiovascular or muscular stimulation. Yeah, Gemini, your solar return, it'll come. Just be patient. But, you can work out and get that beach body going beforehand if you want. You drew this card because your body's crying out for cardiovascular or muscular stimulation again. And if you ask the fairies, they will help you find the time and motivation to exercise in fun ways. Additional meanings for this card are do something physical today and every day, right? Just one small thing. It doesn't have to be a lot. You can just go for a walk. If you can't get outside, just walk in place. Okay, another one is take a cue from the fairies and take dance lessons. Another one is take exercise outdoors in nature to benefit from the fresh air and sunshine, as well as increasing your connection to the fairies. Another one is do yoga, tai chi, or other Eastern exercise techniques. And we're ending up with exercise with your children or loved ones, or join a sports team to meet new friends. And finally, say positive affirmations to and about your body to help you feel better about yourself. All right, Gemini, let's get a card here. Random homemade card. Oh, that one also fell out. Well, let's get with this one. Beautiful oracle card for you to imagine yourself, Gemini. You love using your imagination, so while things are feeling a little bit stagnant here as you're addressing your needs and you're getting that momentum outside, you can just use that energy to use your imagination and get into some more outdoors physical activity, and that'll be inspiring for you to want to tackle more here in the future. Let me know in the comments below how this resonates with you. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.